start. Watching the Naval Academy there, going right out, 44. Nice job. MIT spun it up, and MIT might be just a bit ahead of Navy. 44 strokes a minute also. Princeton revving it up to 44, almost 45, 44 and a half. Princeton. I'd say the early leader of the cruise that I've been able to see is Princeton. Navy's staying on a short slide and really cranking. They're still at 45. Now we're getting a little better perspective here. We'll be able to get really a true read on things, but Princeton's up in there. We're turning it over to Fred Schock in the chase boat.
All right, men's lightweight for a second heat, and it looks like Georgetown had a good start over in lane 5. Georgetown looks like they're leading the pack with Princeton and Harvard coming up, knocking on the door. Navy's in the mix. MIT is probably running in last, but is probably from first to last is maybe all of two seconds. Georgetown is turning over a little bit higher, but they have got at least 3/4 of a length. Harvard didn't mention them, and they're in lane 1 here, and they're in the mix. So get some ratings here. 36-37 for the Hoyas, and then it's very evenly packed. It's 4 bows across. Harvard, Princeton, Navy,
farthest over,
and Mercyhurst. The only one who's off the pace slightly is MIT in lane 3. Georgetown working hard. 37 still. Throwing the strokes in.
They're all neck and neck.
Yeah, 35. Let's come down to 35, maybe 36.
Kevin,
But wow, this is one of our better races of today for sure. And they're all abreast here with the exception of MIT. Harvard's back just a couple seats. Let's give the advantage now to the inside. That would be Mercyhurst running in second alongside of Navy, the midshipman. That would be 1, 2, 3. So
wow.
Georgetown, Mercyhurst, Navy. 4th would be Princeton. A couple seats up over Harvard.
Race is just
Harvard
started.
about a length, not 3/4 of a length up over
It's going to be doing great.
We're coming up to the halfway point.
Wow.
We'll see who's going to step on the gas. Georgetown is led from the beginning. And it would look like, to me, let's get our launch to come up a little bit here, that Harvard and Princeton are starting to lay it on a little bit and maybe catch up to Georgetown. And that's why you got to be careful with your pace in these smaller boats. You don't burn too many credits out of the credit bank. And Princeton and Harvard and Navy all coming up. Mercyhurst coming back just a little bit. Georgetown hanging on to 4 seats. Navy in second now. Navy a half a deck over Mercyhurst. Princeton and Yale locked side by side, stroke by stroke. MIT is not falling off
Kevin just
anymore, but
pulled
they're
up.
just running at 6 right now. Wow, now Harvard's beginning to come up a little bit on Georgetown. With 7:50 to go, Harvard's starting to creep up very nicely. Let's see what their rating is. Harvard, 37. So, wow, in the matter of 20 strokes,
come on, Kev.
Harvard and Princeton caught up to Georgetown, and Harvard's leading this race now. Very disciplined. Harvard out front. Wow, just in 300 meters, they went from 3rd to 1st. Georgetown, I think, would give them still in 2nd place. Princeton would be in 3rd. Navy 4, Mercyhurst 5, and MIT 6. Okay, 500 meters to go. It's Harvard. Running very smoothly.
Right on, Kevin.
Princeton now in second. They've passed Georgetown. Georgetown went a little too hard too soon. See if Georgetown has anything left to try and reclaim that second spot. Navy's right with Georgetown. And Mercyhurst has still got a length on MIT. Nice rowing Harvard 4 here. Nice rowing. They have 3 or 4 seats up on Princeton. Navy's coming up now. Wow, look at this. Navy is coming up on Princeton. Princeton Balmain taking a look. And Princeton has jacked the rating. You've only got, 300 meters left. Princeton still is there. But it will be Navy challenging for second. Over to the tower.
Not the finish line here. This is really some race. No question about it. We've got 4 crews challenging for two slots here to advance directly. There'll be a rep later, just as the case with the 8s. Harvard, Princeton, Navy's in it. Navy's got 3rd, and they might be moving on 2nd. Georgetown, who led for so long, has fallen back to 4th, or 5th actually. 4th. We've got Harvard. Looks like Princeton and Navy at this point. Coming up the line, last few strokes. Clearly Harvard. Now, Princeton now, and the Naval Academy right now. Again, close finishes for those last 2 slots.
So the top 4 go on.